Don't run to cities because of banditry. Stay in your localities and share in your people's grief. Katsina Governor Masari tells council leaders. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Masari on Wednesday at a security sensitization workshop organized for newly elected local councils officials in Katsina challenged the council leaders to stay in their localities and end the menace of banditry. Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari has urged the newly elected local government executives in the state to stop running to cities for fear of bandits. Masari on Wednesday at a security sensitization workshop organized for newly elected local council officials in Katsina challenged the council leaders to stay in their localities and end the menace of banditry. The governor told the new executive that the appointment was an opportunity for them to help their people, noting that they were aware of the challenges in the areas before showing interest in taking up the leadership position, Daily Post reports. You presented yourself as chairman and councillors, bearing in mind the huge responsibilities attached to your officers. We know that we are in a very challenging time, but what is leadership without challenges? From the little resources that we have locally, if you're determined to work, you can use it to the benefit of your people. You must stay in your local government. The least you can do for your people is to let them see that you share in their sorrow and grief. When something happens in your local government and you are called upon, stop saying you're in Abuja, Kano, or nowhere to be found. Let us face our challenges head-on because nobody will do it for us. Katsina and other northwest states have been ravaged by banditry. Bandits terrorize villages by killing and abducting residents for ransom. They also collect levies from villagers in many ungoverned areas. Ushe, I like this man, telling people to do what you would never do if there was a swap of rules. I was saying I like him, but what would make me to like him more if he come out and tell me he is in Katsina. Governor Masari should withdraw all his security details and start moving around the city to identify his people. Abi now, leaders show or lead by example. People will set up a ransom payment trust fund for the officials before it compels them to make themselves available to the marauding terrorists. Masari, where are you now? Do you think that those in the localities are mugus? Take your family to the localities to stay. Show example. You politicians will reap what you have sown. Don't now move around or go about with security because of insecurities. Work in your localities alone and share your people's grief. John Rizzi tells Katsina government Masari. In one sentence, stay there, they come and kill you. Why are you people like this? Yeah? Very good advice, Mr. Governor, but wait, we are not the same person who in the early stage of this banditry went to them in the bushes and after interacting with them could not do anything tangible to stop them, but ended up emboldening them in their chosen profession. Haba, Governor Masari, you want them to die? Do something more honorable to save your people from extinction. Oh, what a failed state Nigeria has become. Can you imagine what a Somalis commander-in-chief of a state is telling his people? These Fulani government have taken over everything. Every indigenous people must demand for referendum, not PVC and election. It is better I waste my vote by voting candidates with little structure than to vote for those that will bring calamity to Nigeria again. He was talking to the local government chairman. However, it was just an advice. They have their offices in their various local government headquarters. Constitutionally, they should stay there. But I think that sooner than later the leaders of the North will see the repercussion of their selfishness and carelessness in their attitude towards Western education. By the time will be too late And if they do not regret or blame themselves for lack of foresight, the northern youth may ask the leaders some questions when they see the rate of development that goes with education in many parts of southern Nigeria. They may then wonder whether it was in the stars or in the selfishness, carelessness, and lack of foresight of their parents and present leaders. If I had been given the chance in 1959 or 1979, I would have changed the fortunes of the North as a place that can be compared variably with the South in terms of educational, social, and economic development. Okay, the job of rescuing a nation and moving from consumption to production is a great one that cuts beyond personal animosity and party lines. Godspeed as you continue on this wondrous journey. We're with you. We remain obedient. Go and get your PVC. God bless all the obedient Nigerians, and God bless all of us. Okay, this is serious. How did we get here? In the first place, imagine what is coming out from the man that is supposed to be crying for failing his people. I think Northerners are just too soft with their leaders. Imagine the way Soludo had been arrested just to restore security in the state, and the way Akoredolu wept over the killing. We all know the government has failed seriously, but that does not give some people the right to think what is happening on security of lives and security in this country is normal. You never relocate to those areas now. A man that's, okay, a whole leader for that matter, saying such thing. And the governor of that particular state should go without security and stay there in the same locality to share these people grief. Okay. Later, this one will come out to contest for president. The most painful part of this is that some people will be rooting for him despite his lack of knowledge and experience to head over 200 million people. A security chief officer of a state could not use a security vote to equip the vigilante group to fight and protect their communities with the assistance of police and the army. He should relocate his family to those villages and sympathize with the people there. Good advice. People you fail to send to school, you divert public funds to personal gain. Now, good advice. People you fail to send to school, you divert public funds to personal gain. Now, Mr. Terrorist has brought them with a huge amount of money terrorizing every community. Okay, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.